Hi, what's up? This is Isaac's Gym. This is Isain. Isan Ihsan of Isaac's Gym. 15 years experience in martial arts and especially fitness. You can see it, still have some fat. But what I want to share today is how I experienced my 2-day fast without any food, only drinks, especially coffee, water and milky drinks, so with protein. How did it went? So for me it was really hard, especially the first night. The first day, during the day, I was working hard, training, no problem at all. I experienced no problem at all because I'm fasting intermittently for the last 3 months already. I did this before last year, and then I lost around 20 kilos of fat almost, while gaining muscle, while going to the gym, and you can see the results. This is all from only 1 year of work, but I have to be honest, I have 15 years of experience. I started around my 15th birthday with working out, training at home. I asked my parents, I trained with my uncle, so I come from a family with a lot of experience, a lot of talent also. One of my aunts is a Olympic medalist. My uncle is training people all of his life already, and so we are very lucky with that. I'm very lucky with that. I'm not on their level, I'm not saying that, but my passion has been fitness for forever, and right now I'm gonna share it with you. So the first night was very hard. So when you go to bed without any food in your stomach, you will feel it. You will feel it, especially if you have a little bit of overweight, a little bit too much fat, and that's also the reason why I did it. So you go to bed and you can wake up, you can have cramps, and your body is upset, your stomach especially. You have to go through that. Drink water to calm down, and to fill your stomach so you can trick it. Drink coffee, not during the night of course, but during the day. The next day when you wake up, you will feel it and you will see the result on the scale already, because you will drop a lot in weight, a lot, and most of it will be fat, especially if you make sure to drink something with enough protein. For me it was chocolate milk, so I drank some chocolate milk, 2 cans the first day, because I know it contains sugar, okay, but not too much, and it contains also quite a bit of protein. So even better, it's to drink whey protein shakes, 2 or maybe 3 max, and the next day the same thing. And then so I did it. I stopped eating at 11, and then I ate that Friday. So the Wednesday last week I stopped eating completely. I went to bed. The next day I didn't eat anything. I went to bed, and I did work out, not too long, but just to maintain. And then the next day at 11 I ate again. So that Friday at 11 was my moment, and I can tell you it was amazing, because you haven't had food on your tongue, through your throat, in your stomach for 2 whole days. Even if you sleep through it, of course that helps a little, but like I told you, you will feel it, you will lose sleep, that can happen, so you will feel it anyhow anyway. And then when you eat your first food again, it's amazing, because you will appreciate it, your body will appreciate it way much more, and then you will appreciate every flavor, every taste bud will be activated, and you will really know what it's like to have this food here in the West, in Europe, in America. Such an abundance, you will appreciate that, and this is something you will hear from a lot of people fasting. Some people even fast for 3 days. That's my next goal, to do that this week, and some even for a whole week. There's this guy in a documentary who fasted under supervision of a doctor, of course, for 55 days straight, and he was obese before he started, and I didn't watch the documentary, but I think he lost most of his fat after that. So it's, what is it that works yeah, about this fasting thing, intermittent fasting. Growth hormone increases incredibly, so you won't lose muscle, or maybe very little bit, and you will lose your fat. And it's also, that's my main core point actually I want to make. It's natural. If you think back, all this eating, constantly eating and drinking as well, drinking crappy things like soft drinks, like chocolate milk as well, too much of it, sugary drinks, it's all because of big companies. They pushed it through, and that's why we think we should eat constantly. We should eat three times a day. We should eat maybe 4 times a day, maybe 6 times a day if you're in fitness. Yeah, maybe it works for you, but it's not necessary at all, I can tell you, because if you look at history, we were a lot bigger. So in those early days, we were a lot bigger and stronger, and we didn't eat for days, sometimes for weeks even. We didn't have a single bit of food in our bodies, and still we were big and strong and muscular. So if you think about that, it's a more natural state of living, of eating. Of course, I'm not saying you should stop eating for weeks or even for days, but you should practice this, and maybe it works for you. I've read about a guy who did this for a couple of months, and he lost 20 kilos, 30 kilos or something of fat, and it works for him, and he feels good. And the thing is, you will feel good. Your focus will go up. Your brain cells will stop decaying, for example. You will generate more cells, new cells. So there are a lot of things that will happen, good things, because this is actually the most natural way to live, to eat. So don't think, oh, I should have this, oh, I should have that. And it will be very good for your wallet as well. You will save, of course, money, and you will be more conscious of everything you do, and of other people who don't have this opportunity, this sufficiency of food. Food is all around us, and you will feel more mindful of that as well. So this is all over incredible thing. You should do this if you're serious about your health, about fitness, because it's the best way. You don't need supplements, for example. You don't need all those foods, chicken, too much, too overeating. It's all nonsense actually, because if you look at several other big fighters throughout history and even nowadays, are they eating like that? No. A lot of those athletes nowadays are practicing fasting or intermittent fasting to build also discipline, to build mental strength. So you will gain a lot, and the best thing, like I said before, it's free. It's free. It's amazing.